Hi there. Let's talk about the power of planets. In what way planets can show its dignity, the best qualities and values, the highest strengths and power, and in what position planets can be limited, can feel restriction. And as you remember, on the previous lecture, we discussed what zodiac signs are under the certain planets. For example, Aries and Scorpio are under the ruling of Mars, or for example, Sagittarius and Pisces are under the ruling of Jupiter. And this position, when, for example, Jupiter is situated, stands in Pisces, in this zodiac sign, Jupiter feels comfortable. So this position is very good for Jupiter to be revealed, to express its best qualities. So Jupiter, we can compare as, for example, when we are at home, we can feel ourselves comfortable, feel free. So Jupiter in its signs can feel free. As this concerns all the planets. For example, Mars feel free and comfortable in Aries and Scorpio. For example, Moon can feel free in Cancer, and so on. Okay, and the next point, the next aspect of the certain position of planets in this or that zodiac sign can reveal, can show us in what position, good or bad, more exalted. So what does it mean, exalted? When Sun in Aries, this show us that the qualities of Sun can be expressed in the best position, in the best way. So when the Sun in Libra is situated or stands in Libra, this is not good position. Sun debilitated. So all values of the Sun is under restriction, are limited. It's not easy to express, for example, the sense of determination. As you remember, Sun, what does it mean? Activity, determination, decision. I know what I would like to do. I know my wishes. I know that I can do it. I have a lot of energy. It's about dignity, to be confident. But when Sun stands in the zodiac sign of Libra, this energy of the Sun is under limitation and restriction. It's very difficult to be self-confident because Libra, as you remember, means hesitation, a lot of doubts before to make a decision. The next, Moon. What does it mean, Moon? Moon, it's our mind, our intellect, our memory, care, comfort, home, and Taurus, it's about the same: comfort, conservatism, something that you know, stable, more fixed. And moon as the symbol of mind likes to be in more stable position. But what is about moon in Scorpio? As you remember, Scorpio, this sign reveal us not fixed feelings, a lot of different emotions that are in conflict with our mind. So moon as a symbol of mind is not comfortable in this position in Scorpio. So moon exalted in Taurus but debilitated in Scorpio. So moon can't reveal its the best qualities in this position, in the position of Scorpio. What about Mercury? Mercury exalted in Virgo. As you remember, Mercury, it's about logics, the same mind. It's about communication, knowledge. It's about trade, a lot of friends, and Virgo. It's more practical and pragmatical zodiac sign. So Mercury feels itself comfortable in Virgo. Mercury exalted, so it can express its best qualities and values, the best dignity. And Mercury in Pisces. Mercury, logics, and Pisces, it's about imagination, fantasies, art, so no limits. But Mercury used to be more comfortable in more practical way to be realized. So Mercury in Pisces debilitated, can't reveal itself in the best way. So Mercury in this position more weak than in the position of Virgo. Venus likes Pisces. Venus exalted in Pisces. Venus symbolizes love, beauty, art, romanticism, partnership, comfortable life, all kinds of comforts. And Pisces, it's art, it's imagination, design, as Venus, the same. So love and love, mercy, Pisces means mercy, and love in mercy is the best position to be expressed. Venus in Virgo, love in practical way. A lot of limits, a lot of logics. Love as Venus, planet Venus, doesn't like logics. So Venus can't feel free itself in this position. So Venus debilitated in Virgo. What about Mars? As you remember, this planet is the symbol of a great power of energy, activity, determination, decision, ideas, different kind of ideas, and Capricorn. Capricorn, it's about career, planning, a good organization. It's about ruling, as Mars is. It's about government, as Mars is. It's about results, purposes, as Mars is. So Mars feels comfortable in the position of Capricorn. So Mars exalted in Capricorn. And the next position, if you see Mars in Cancer, Mars debilitated in Cancer. As you remember, Cancer, this is a sign of communication, of care, of a lot kind of emotions, not stable emotion, feelings of heart. This is a sign of heart, whereas not limitation. But Mars, as the planet of great power, energy, can express itself in the best position when it has a purpose, when it has the aim to do, to act, to go to forward. But Cancer is about care and feelings and communication. So Mars can feel itself like drowning in this area of feelings. Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter as the planet of prosperity, of truth, of children, of expansion of knowledge. So in this position, Jupiter exalted in Cancer. Jupiter as the planet of prosperity, expansion, and Cancer, the sign of communication, care, as Jupiter is the same also. And Jupiter in Capricorn. Capricorn has limitation. Yes, good organization, good planning, purposes and results, but Jupiter has no limits. It's about expansion. So Jupiter debilitated in this position in Capricorn. And what about Saturn? Saturn in Libra. Saturn exalted in this position. As you remember, Saturn, this is a planet of delay, of patience, and good, deep analyze and hard work. So Libra, this is not only, as we discussed, not only the sign of doubts and hesitation, but also this is a sign of partnership. Saturn in this position in Libra, exalted, and can show its best qualities and dignity. So this partnership can be more adult, can be more wise. But Saturn debilitated in Aries, activity, determination from the first feeling to do, but Saturn would like to analyze. And this position is not good for Saturn to be expressed, because Saturn, this is the planet of delay, and this is not comfortable for Aries. Aries likes to act from the first wish. Okay, this was about in what position this or that planets feel more comfortable and can express its best values, the high level of expression, to be exalted or debilitated. The next point in which this or that planets can feel more comfortable or its favorable position, we can see and analyze through the position in the certain houses of the natal chart. As you can see, Jupiter and Mercury are in the first house. Venus and Moon are in the fourth. Saturn is in the seventh, and Mars and Sun are in the 10th. So this position in these four houses are Kendra houses. This position can reveal the strongest position of the planet. So Jupiter and Mercury in the first house has Digbala position. So the strongest quality, the strongest position. And why? Why in the first? As you remember, Jupiter, it's about truth, it's about prosperity, well-being. It's about to be blessed. It's about expansion and growth development. And Mercury, this planet depicts us logics, intelligence, mind, communication, knowledge, and these planets can help us to develop in a more intensive and more easy way. So we as a person can express ourselves in the best way with this good position of these planets. What about Venus and Moon in the fourth? As you remember, the fourth house means care, means our mother, communication, sense of feelings, deep feelings. It's about comfort, and Venus and Moon the same. It's about life, comfort, care, communication. So this position for these planets are very strong position, and it is called Digbala. Saturn in this position in the seventh house has strong position, because you remember the seventh house is about partnership, and Saturn is about delay and patience, hard, good work. So Saturn feels itself strong in this house. Mars and the Sun, these two planets about the energy, activity, determination, purposes, wishes, decisions, about ruling, and The 10th house is about career, ruling, power, good organization. So this position for these planets are very good, is strong position. And please note for yourself that if these planets will stand vice versa, for example, Jupiter and Mercury in the 7th house or Saturn in the 1st house, this will be not good and adverse placement for the planets. For example, Saturn in the first house means the person who would like to express itself, to develop, to make growth of itself. But Saturn, the planet of delay, so it would be not easy to express itself with the Saturn position in the first. And Venus and Moon in the 10th, it's not good position, it's adverse placement for these planets, because this house is a house of power, ruling, but not of love, communication, or comfortable life. So, and about Mars and Sun in the 4th, this house is about comfort, is about comfortable feelings, and the house of heart and love. But Mars and Sun, it's about maybe selfishness in some way of understanding, and a lot of aggressive activity, a lot of conflicts, for example. But it's good for this position in 10th, because it's good to achieve different purposes in life. And the next point of the power of planets, through what way it can influence on this or that sphere of our life through the houses in our natal chart. It is called aspects. So this is about the power of direction of the energy of the planet. Drishti in Sanskrit. So Sun, the Sun, Moon, Mercury and Venus influence the 7th house from its position. For example, when the Sun is in the 1st house, the Sun also aspects the 7th house. So, influence the 7th house from the 1st. For example, if Moon stands in the 2nd house, Moon influences on the 2nd house and also on the 7th from its position, from its placement. So the 7th house from the 2nd is the 8th house. Mercury is in the 3rd, for example, house. Influence the 3rd, so its self position, and the 7th from the 3rd. This is the 9th house. Venus, for example, in the 4th, influence the 4th and the 10th. What about Mars? Mars energy influence the house of its position, and the 4th from its position, the 7th from its position, and the 8th house from its position. For example, Mars in the 4th house influences on the fourth house, from the fourth, and this is the seventh in our natal chart, and the seventh, this is the 10th in our natal chart, and 8th house from its position, in our example in the fourth. So this is the 11th house. Jupiter influences not only on the house of its position, but the 5th from its position, the 7th and the 9th. For example, Jupiter in the first house influences the 5th, 7th and 9th. Saturn aspects on the 3rd, 7th and 10th house from its position. For example, Saturn in the 5th house influence on the 7th house in our natal chart, influences on the 11th and the 2nd house in our natal chart. This was about the power of planets in what position, through what zodiac signs or what fields and houses in our natal chart, or what kind of aspects of its influences this or that planet can show its the best qualities, the higher level of strength, or its weakness or its restriction. You are welcome to subscribe my YouTube channel and ask any questions on my email, which is below this video. See you next time. Bye bye.